Hey guys, so today we're starting to work on our Boho Beach journal, and I did a previous tutorial on how to create a faux wood finish on your papers for the book. We haven't constructed the book yet. Today I'm going to use, we did the wood, faux wood, if you can recall this, and then on the back, actually I did it on a separate piece of paper too. I did a technique of adding some textural sand, white sand that I mixed with some medium. So today we're going to work on the cover, and I brought my sewing machine out because we're gonna be sewing some pieces together, and I'm using this as my cover, but this is going to be actually the inside of the book, so I'll fold it this way. And I want to work on the front of the cover before I actually start constructing the book. So it's going to go on the outside of this paper. However, I'm going to do a fabric cover with some linens and some just kind of pieces of fabric that I have lying around. And you can actually go to your local Goodwill and look for some fabrics. The theme that we're doing is Boho Beach. There's going to be a lot of lace. We're going to have a very kind of muted, soft palette of white, pinks, and grays with some burlaps and lace and some really cool tassels and pom-poms and things like that. So I ended up going to the Goodwill and getting a linen tea towel. It's really old and it's got a little bit of fringe at the bottom, and I ended up doing one of my little stamps on it. So I'm going to use this as the cover, and I pretty much cut it to the size. It is a little bit smaller and it is rough because I'm not too concerned about it being perfect. A lot of this is going to be covered. So you want to kind of use your piece of paper as a template. And originally I was going to sew right onto the paper, but because I forgot that I've got the sand on the other side, sewing it is going to be a little bit of a pain in the choo-choo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the fabric cover, and then I'm going to end up using my fabric fusion to affix it onto the cover. And what this is going to allow me to do is create the book and do my journal pages, and not have to worry about all the like bumpy things that I'm going to put on to embellish my cover. So when I'm doing my art journal, it's not going to get in the way. So I'm going to turn the camera right down, and let me get a piece of fabric down here, because I realize that typically when I do this kind of video, I have my messy paint area covered, and I forgot to do that. So I'm just going to put a piece of linen down so that you guys can really see what I'm doing. And I've got my sewing machine today, which we're going to use. All right, I'm ready for you guys. So I'm going to tilt the camera down as always. Okay. So we've got the linen fabric here, and I've just, like I mentioned, I cut it to the width of my book cover. And then I've also cut a strip of, this is just canvas. It's painter's canvas. I have a lot of it lying around because I do all kinds of crafts and projects with it. So I just cut a strip, and why I love this stuff so much is that you can actually pull the threads to fray it so that you've got, you know, some fringe, and that's perfect for this particular book. So what we're going to do is I'm just kind of laying out pieces. So I've got my linen and my canvas. I have this old piece of lace from a shirt that I had, and I'm going to actually attach it to this side because when the book is folded, I want a little piece of that linen to come out. So I'm just kind of planning. I've got this amazing kind of boho lace that I picked up from the craft store. I'm going to cut a piece of that off. I'm going to attach that. So it's like collaging, but you're collaging with your fabric. Look at this amazing little pom-pom strip that I found. And I think I'm just gonna, this is what I plan on doing, is putting it up here. But just for the time being, I'm not gonna affix it because I want to be able to attach this cover to my journal page at some point. And I have this kind of tulle ribbon that I plan on using too. And then some of the other cool embellishments that I want to do my cover with is I had a little piece of lace here that I just run a tassel through, and I'll probably be attaching this to the spine, and this will kind of hang, which will be really cute when the book's folded. So that is something that I'm going to have to affix at the very end as well, because we haven't sewn our book yet, so we want to leave it pretty workable. So this is my plan. I'm going to take the ribbons off, and I'm just going to get right to sewing these pieces on. So let me bring the sewing machine over. And I do realize you're not going to have these same fabrics, of course, but use your imagination and go out to the stores. If you've got like a nice little junk drawer, I'm just going to start with this piece on the end. Just look inside of it and see what you have, or, you know, go to your local Goodwill or your local secondhand store and see what kind of fabrics and laces and all that kind of good stuff you can find. You'll be amazed at what you can find there. Even if it's clothing, and you can just, you know, tear it up. Okay, so I'm just sewing these pieces on. So I've got this end piece on. Now I'm going to affix the canvas strip to the top, and I'm not folding it over or anything because I want it to be all kind of shabby. So I'm just going to lay it on top, and I am going to just sew right across the top. Okay, and then the last piece is the little strip of ribbon that I'm going to just sew to the other side. When I'm done sewing, I'll show you, I'll just kind of pull it up and show you what I did so you've got a better idea. Okay, So look how easy that was. And I do want to mention that if, you know, you don't like sewing, hey, it's okay. There's an amazing product called Fabric Fusion, and you could literally just glue these pieces on. I just wanted to show various techniques for you. And like I mentioned, I was originally planning to sew right onto the paper, which I will do in a couple other videos just to show you that you most certainly can do this. So what I'm doing, as I mentioned earlier in the videos, I'm just pulling some of these threads out just to, and this is another reason why I do like to sew these canvas pieces on, because I love fringing them up. So if you have a stitch down the center, you won't lose your canvas pieces once you fray them all up. It secures it. So I'm just literally, I did it on this side, and you can pull as much as you want. So just whatever your preference is. And I won't sit here and bore you fraying all my pieces up. I can do that after, but I just wanted to show you how I created this cover. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I sewed this on, and I just wanted to kind of cut some strips here so it's a little more shabby. I mean, the whole idea in this journal and why I wanted to create the cover this way is because I want everything like flowy and fresh. And, you know, if you imagine walking down the beach and you've got your towel flapping in the wind and you're wearing your little swimsuit cover up, and it's, you know, a very light linen fabric. Everything is just soft and light and fresh when you go to the beach. So I'm just trying to incorporate that, but at the same time have a little bit of a little rustic bohemian feel to the journal. And you're definitely going to get that feel when you take, you know, a peek at the cover before you even open it up. And some pieces are falling off, and that's totally okay. Okay, so look how neat that is. It completely adds a new element. And then what we'll end up doing is, here's my paper. And I'm going to glue it right down on top. And like I mentioned, we're going to have all kinds of yummy embellishments here too, but let's leave it nice and flat for now, because we need to journal within the journal and we don't want all the bumps. So I do have my paper, and let me make sure it's the right way because there is lettering on it. And my book's going to go this way, like so. Okay, so I'm just going to flip this. I'm going to use this amazing Fabric Fusion, and we're going to get it liberally here on the book cover page. It will spread too out to the edges, but just try and make sure you get glue all the way to the edge. Okay. Then you're going to go and put your fabric down. Place it where you want it. And just press down. If you want to use your own folder, just to press it out, it's a really good idea. It'll spread that glue too. Okay. So the paper's on the back, and it's really cute because I've got these when I open to the first page. Look how neat that is. It's so cute with a little lace and stuff peeking out the outside. And then the cover is going to end up folding this way, and that's going to be the basis cover of your book, and then we'll go and embellish it after. But it is really that easy. Just make sure you lay it flat and let it dry. I was fiddling with it, so I got to press it out again. Just be patient, let it dry, and then I'll show you how we can construct the book. So it is so easy as that. Hope you guys had fun using your sewing machine. Again, just pick up some of this fabric fusion if you don't like to sew, because you can really do, I mean, when I'm doing my journaling, I use this a lot. So thanks for joining me on that quick little tutorial on how to make your Boho Beach journal cover, and we'll see you soon on decorating the inside and embellishing. We're going to do such really neat embellishments for this journal. So stay tuned.